Hi coaches, my name is Sam Nichols. I'm the head football coach at South Haven High School in South Haven, Michigan. And I'm here today to talk about the kickoff team. About 4 years ago, I had one of those great kickers. You know, the one that could kick it to the end zone every time. And, obviously that's nice, making the opponent start on the opposite 20, making them go 80 yards to score. It was a real luxury. But the following year, we didn't have that luxury. He graduated, he went off to college, and we had to find a way to still make our opponents be at a disadvantage when we kicked off the ball. So working together with a couple coaches and a couple players, we kind of came up with a new system where we decided to take the advantage of kickoff from the opposing team and give it to us. We decided that we wanted to create momentum every time that we kicked off the ball. So we kind of dabbled in it for a couple of years. I was an assistant coach and I didn't have the power to say we're going to do this every time. But this past year I had my first head football job. And as the head football coach, you get to make those decisions. So right away, I told my staff, hey, we're going to kick onsides all the time. And they all kind of looked at me funny. They said, no, coach, we can't do that. And I said, well, we can and we will because I'm the head coach now. So, and we thought it would be successful, obviously, from testing it out before. But we found out as the season went along that it was way more successful than we ever thought it would be. That it caused us to gain momentum. It took away chances for opponents to gain momentum on a regular basis. So this past year we recovered 7, which is 1 out of every 10 times that we kicked off the ball, we recovered it. Of those 7, 6 of them led to scores, and even more importantly, 5 of them led to scores within 3 plays. So I think that's a big difference in a ball game when you can score 14 points in 4 plays. That makes a difference. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to go into the details of that in the next presentation. All right, coaches, today we're going to be talking about the full throttle kickoff system, and I kind of previewed it a little bit in the introduction there. But before we even get to it, I want to tell you about a presentation I was at the other day. I was at a clinic listening to a head coach that's won multiple national championships, and he was saying, coaches, you need to make sure your teams are immune to momentum. I think momentum is completely overrated. And I'm going to tell you today that I completely disagree with that coach, because when they look at studies of who wins football games, it's the teams that get the most turnovers and have the most big plays. And what do those result in? Momentum. Okay, so the number one factor in determining a high school football game, in my opinion, is the factor of momentum. And that's really the concept that drives our kicking philosophy. Now, I know philosophy videos aren't that exciting, but I think that this video is going to help you understand the underlying philosophy under everything that we do and why we do it. And hopefully you can even find ways to apply this to other teams, other special teams, offense, defense, etc. So here's what we do. We decided that in football, there's different ways you can create momentum. Big hits, big plays, obviously those are helpful. Creating turnovers, like I mentioned before. Building anticipation, okay? You can build the anticipation of the crowd, of your players, as to what's going to happen next. Dictating how the game is played. We see that in the no huddle quite a bit, as they want to dictate the pace of the game. And eliminating big play opportunities from the opposition, because momentum is a two-way street. They can have it, we can have it. We want to take it away from them and give it to us. So as we look at that, let's apply that to a standard kickoff.